Everybody. Wanted to hop on here. This is going to be our first time on here in front of the green screen. You can check, this is going to be new for us. Podcast, videos talking about just bringing content value. And I think this will be easier to demonstrate of the things that we're going to address. That way you can see right here above my shoulder here, you can see what I'm addressing. Instead of responding, I think this gives a creative way to respond to some of these questions, and be able to save these, and so I can put them out in little clips. So we are live, but not many people. This is an unlisted live, and but I'm just gonna address some questions or some things that pop up on my mind, and being able to talk about it and just elaborate more on it. And then that way I think it can raise more awareness, and I think that that's the ultimate goal. So a lot of people didn't really understand my take on this quote right here: working out and drinking protein shakes are a combination used mostly by people who are still confused by what to eat. So I mean, I feel like we can go we can spend a lot of time on this. And I think that's kind of the idea here, is just to rant and then capture some of the thoughts that I think that would be beneficial in a more kind of condensed, concise way. I think first and foremost, the type of protein is extremely important. I think that this can wipe off a lot of the problems or the issues here. Is the whole intent of whey protein is made with milk, and the whole purpose of milk, if you want to kind of go down this path, is to make a baby calf bigger, and not humans bigger. But it wasn't even meant for humans in the first place. But the idea that we drink it, and people are confused on why the protein shake is making them heavier. So first and foremost, the people are taking a whey protein shake and thinking that that's going to help them, or their ultimate goal is to lose weight. Just makes zero sense to me. Just from thinking about it, just from the pure aspect of just thinking about the idea of drinking cow's milk to lose weight as a human. So that's first. That I think that's something people are maybe never really thought about, and that's understandable. I think right when you get into your journey or fitness, you get fitness pumped up, it immediately, your question goes to what protein are you taking? Like, what protein? Looking for a protein, like, I'm starting to work out, so I need a protein shake. Like, you don't have to, and in fact, you shouldn't. And so, but the thought and society and marketing and everybody around us, I think, wants to sell the two together, and it shouldn't be together. I think a protein supplement is just buying on the fact of, I think, short-term results, and I think that it's confusing people of what healthy truly is. I mean, the ultimate goal and destination is what I think who we're trying to reach. I think that's the most important people to reach. Not these elite people that think that they need more. In fact, I look at it like this. If there's one person that has ever done it, then you can too. And I know that there's people that take zero meat, that consume zero meat, and they're like world star athletes, bodybuilders. I mean, you name it. And so it can be done. And so for the people that say that, oh, it can't, like, well, yes, it can. And then I think that you just have to find out, why. Just keep unpeeling the layers of what actually a protein shake, or what you're doing, and where it's coming from and why. And so I think that that's a huge reason of, where to start of why. So, why are people taking an additional protein supplement in the first place? I think this protein thing is, people have capitalized on it in the fitness industry, specifically saying, it helps build muscle or repair muscle. Well, what's going to happen if you stop taking it? Zero. Zero is going to happen. I mean, it's going to be no different. In fact, you're going to find ways, and if you're stopping, it's beneficial to replace it with something. Replace it with real food. I think that's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate destination. And why aren't people going right there? And so I think it's a good transition if you think that you need it. And, obviously some protein is better than others. The ones, that contain any sort of dairy in them, it's not, I would not recommend that whatsoever. I just, that's definitely the type of you want to stay away from. So, if people were or needed to, plant-based plant protein, there's obviously some are better than others, but you should not be taking. I think the people that take it and the fitness, it doesn't go hand in hand, and it shouldn't. You should not think workout protein shake. Think opposite, and I think that's why most people are confused on, taking protein shakes or. It's the ultimate health food. I mean, or the ultimate health thing that you need to continue to take. And so I think, you got to be following or listening to people that I think are already there and that are bringing you along through that journey. And I think the people that are thinking that protein shakes are like, that's what we want to be doing, I think that's the wrong message to be sending. And I don't think that's, to capitalize on people thinking that these protein shakes are actually doing something worth spending the amount of money that we're spending on it is crazy to me. Same thing with vitamins and, a lot of these supplements. It's an $80 billion industry, and, we continue to feed it because we don't know any better. We're not educated enough to realize that this is not what we want to be doing, not the message that we want to be sharing or spreading. So that is that. That is that little rant on protein. And I think there were some questions. Let me see if I can pull it up. So let me just make sure I answered it. All right. So, question from Will: are the games athletes coached confused? Yeah, I think obviously it depends on the person, right? I think it, if I'd love to sit down and have the conversation with every person about why they're taking a protein supplement, and I think your answers are going to differ tremendously. And then when you get into the actual nutrition of how they're, who they're listening to, or what, where's all this information coming from, and you'll begin to understand, okay, well, that makes sense that they think these certain things or, this certain way. And so it's different for everybody. And I think the majority of people that take protein shakes and supplements really are, they're confused on how to eat. They're confused on really why they're taking it. The majority, and again, the majority, and I think the majority, again, don't need to be taking it. So I think it depends on the athlete and the coach, and really what the ultimate goal is. And I just think that the ultimate goal is to not be supplementing anything, long term. I don't think that this is something that you want to sustain, and so I think it depends on the individual. Hope that answers that question. Michelle, I've severely cut back on the protein shakes and bars. I now don't eat enough regular protein. And now I don't eat enough regular protein. So there's your answer. You just have to eat enough regular protein. I also want to know where the protein is, who's saying that it's not enough. I also think very few people are protein deficient. I think, some people, like, there's a certain number. The way we process plants and things of that nature, of things that were meant for our bodies, is way different than other things and supplements are created. You cannot duplicate an actual piece of food, like an actual fruit or vegetable. You cannot duplicate that and put it into a supplement. You're just not, it's not possible. You can't duplicate how it's processed through our body. And so, don't start there, and don't, like, yeah, I don't think that's, it's also what we tell ourselves. Guilty. Please elaborate. Diana, I hope I elaborated. Yeah, elaborate. Disagree. Hopefully this gives out more information, a little more clear picture of what I was trying to say. But they're still confused by what to eat. I think, I just, the majority of the people are confused. If you still take protein supplements, I think that we're confused on, what we're taking it for, why we're taking it, and if it's like, is it worth it? Like, understand what's in it, where does it come from, and continue to peel back like the layers of why you're taking it, what's involved in the process of taking it all, like, and is it worth it? And, could I get a better option somewhere else? Keep looking for the better option. And the better option is not, to continue looking for the better option. I think the better option is right in front of everybody, and it's to put that stuff down and not spend any more money on an industry that was kind of created for shortcuts and, the short term thinking, like quick results. It takes time, and especially from, our the way our bodies have been now processed and used and we've been dealing and eating with all this, stuff. And it's going to be hard at first to transition back to, what plants and what we're designed to eat. But man, when you understand that that's like real food is the answer, and it's not processed, it's not synthetic things, and people are going to argue with, my protein is better than yours. It's still processed, it's still a shortcut, and it's a good transition. Like if you're still in transition mode and you're still trying to learn how to find things to eat, absolutely. Some are better than others, obviously, and so yeah, depends on the person. Hopefully that helps elaborate a little bit. But realistically, no whey protein. Humans just were not designed to eat and drink cow's milk. It's just, it's not, it doesn't make any sense. We're just meant to drink our own mother's milk. And so I think a lot of the, for those people, like, it doesn't make sense. And you get in the health perspective of like just what animal proteins and animal things, do to our heart, and it's just not good for us. You can just, you just start peeling back and going deeper. And for those people that are still taking protein shakes, you just have to continue to ask yourself why, what you're taking it for, what's going to happen if you change, what happens if you stop, what happens if you look somewhere else, and continue to look somewhere else, because like, don't stop with the protein shake, like, and just keep unpeeling that onion back further, and you're going to feel a lot better, and you're just going to, eyes start to open when you start to realize that, that I'm essentially lied to. We're taught, and, like, take this is beneficial. It's going to make your body better, like food, and it's not the supplement. So, the people that are still taking, and the combination, they don't go together. And if you think that it does go together, it comes from food. So hopefully that helps.